Where? Back to the future. Are we back? We're back.
Back to the Future Part 2 is the 1989 sequel to the 1985 sci-fi comedy hit movie Back to the Future, starring once again Christopher Lloyd as well as Michael J. Fox. And
Michael J. Fox.
We're like a couple of teenagers, you know?
And Michael J. Fox.
The movie starts out where the first one ended. Doc Brown takes Marty and Jennifer to the future in order to fix some yet unspecified problem regarding Marty's and Jennifer's offsprings. He takes them to the distant future of 2015. Yeah, well, that had to happen one time or another. Anyway, Doc knocks Jennifer out because, well, this movie is really more about Marty and Doc and Biff. Doc tells Marty that they have to stop his future son from becoming a literal partner in crime. For if he commits the crime, he's gonna end up in jail and his sister is gonna get arrested shortly after for trying to bust him out. However, the whole problem is solved before you can say,
"Oh, this is heavy."
And so all of them live happily ever after. The end. Nah, of course not. Marty is about to get himself a magazine containing sport results reaching from 1950 to 2000 as Doc comes back and rips the paper bundle out of Marty's hands and into the fucking trash. Well, he does that in order to prevent time-related bullshittery caused by Marty's greed.
I didn't invent the time machine to win at gambling.
I can't lose.
I invented a time machine to travel through time.
Hey, Doc, I'm all for that. What's wrong with making a few bucks on the side?
Old Biff, you know, Biff from 1985, who, well, has gotten old now, however, has been eavesdropping on the two of them, and so once they leave, he takes the almanac out of the trash and gets himself a cab to follow the two time travelers. Marty and Doc have to get Jennifer back from her house, her future self's house, since she had been found unconscious by a police patrol who confused her for her, self. For her future self. So they brought her to her house, her future self's house. Damn, it's kind of annoying to write about time travel like that. Well, I guess it's nothing compared to writing a story as a time traveler. Well, anyway, Doc and Marty arrive at the McFly house. Biff takes the DeLorean for a short time ride as both of them are distracted. Jennifer is being retrieved. Biff returns moments before Doc and Marty can get back to the DeLorean. As the DeLorean blasts off with Jennifer, Doc and Marty aboard, we see Biff fade away behind a dumpster. Well, we would see that and, well, unfortunately the scene was cut from the movie. I don't know why, it fits really well with everything. Everything seems fine back in 1985. Doc drops Marty off at his home, and it seems like shit's fucked up, yo. Hill Valley has been transformed into a crime-infested swamp of violence, sex, and gambling. But how? Well, turns out that Biff took the sports magazine back with him on his time trip. He gave the mag to his 1955 self and instructed himself to start betting on stuff, sport bets and stuff. As a result, he got filthy rich. How rich did he get? So rich, he opened a ginormous casino with blackjack and hookers towering over Hill Valley. And as a result of this mega-casino, he basically got Hill Valley in his palms. Oh, and he also killed Marty's father and gave Marty's mother big bizonga boobs, breasts, tits. And Biff also made sure that Doc was being put into an insane asylum. Phew, that's one fucked up alternate reality. Doc and Marty reunite to discuss their current situation and what to do about it. Now they gotta find out what went wrong, when it went wrong, and how to fucking fix it. Back to the Future Part 2 had to deal with one big ass problem, displaying a more or less believable future. They did a very 80s job about that, but it has a charm to it. The hoverboard, for example, is one of these really cool looking and strangely timeless futuristic objects, which will always be home amongst those timeless futuristic objects such as the lightsaber, the warp drive, or a sonic screwdriver. Sure, things like the Jaws 3D hologram or the plastic rainbow head might just yell 80s at you, but that is to be expected from an 80s sci-fi comedy movie.
Shark still looks fake.
After all, our present always makes for a good future. Both Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd are at it once again, with their chemistry being still as amazing as ever. The alternate version of Her Valley, as well as the reveal of George McFly having been killed, are without any doubt the trilogy's most darkest moment. Now, I don't want to give too much away though, because, well, some of you still haven't seen the movie. But towards the end, you're gonna get twice as much Marty and twice as much Doc Brown. Also, Doc and Marty visit not one, not two, not three, but 4 different points in time. Fuck your mother. 1985, 2015, alternate 1985, and 1955. It's quite a lot of time to take in all at once, but I think you're gonna handle it. Meaning, I recommend this movie. It's a very well made follow-up to the 1985 classic and holds, just like its predecessor, a lot of pop cultural relevance. Back to the Future Part 2 gets from me a 4 out of 5. My next review is gonna be Back to the Future Part 3. Also, stay tuned for a small review preview that isn't related to Back to the Future Part 3. Anyhow, good night and good luck to whomever, whatever, wherever you are.
Now why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
It's leave, you idiot. Make like a tree and leave. You sound like a damn fool.
Gotta get back in time. Gotta get back in time. Get back, get back.
Hey, Scotty, what's this place like anyway?